Please, for your own good, I am begging you, do not use the I was under an NDA excuse on your resume or in a job interview when you're trying to cover up employment gaps. A whole bunch of people commented on one of my recent videos about explaining employment gaps in a job interview, saying that you should just say, I have an NDA, so I can't talk about it. And this is no hate to the people who commented this, because clearly a lot of people have been told this is a good approach and are just trying to pass on that information. But I need to tell you why this is such a bad idea. The first is that it's just a pretty blatant lie. Unless you were literally a spy in the CIA, no one has an NDA that is that secretive that you couldn't possibly talk about anything about the job. For example, my first job after college was as a management consultant, and that has pretty strict confidentiality, but it's still on my resume and I can still talk about it in interviews. It's just I don't name the specific clients and I don't go too much into depth on what I did in a way that would give away what the exact projects were. But I can still generally talk about the type of work I did and the impact that I had. So again, the likelihood that you actually had a job that has that strict of an NDA that you literally have nothing about it is basically none. And the second reason is that if somehow they don't realize you're lying, which again, I think they will realize you're lying. If they somehow don't realize it and you get through and you get an offer, for a lot of corporate jobs, they'll do a background check and then it'll be pretty obvious that you lied. This is because of the way that background check systems actually work. It's not like those skit videos that I see on TikTok where someone puts their friend as their reference and their friend says oh yeah, hey, they did work here. The way that background check systems work for employment verification is they actually just plug in to the major payroll providers. And that's because in the US, I forget the exact number, but it's 80% of payroll goes through 3 major providers. So these background check companies just have these integrations with the payroll providers that automatically pull your payroll data, including the dates of the payroll. And then if your payroll wasn't through one of those major providers, they'll contact you to provide verification, like a tax form or something like that. So you can't just BS your way through an employment verification in a background check. So yeah, I really don't recommend saying I have an NDA to explain your employment gaps. And I know that feels really frustrating because as neurodivergent people, we're much more likely to have employment gaps, and it doesn't feel fair if we get judged for that. And I totally get that. So I recommend you check out my video about what to say instead, or if that one isn't feeling right for you, let me know and I'm happy to post other ways that you can explain it. And be sure to follow for more neurodivergent career content like this.